The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the holographic display flickered to life. Commander Mia Chen stood at the podium, her hands clasped behind her back, watching the alien delegates' expressions shift from curiosity to horror. "That's impossible," hissed the Vraxian ambassador, his scales rippling with agitation. "No species has the capability to mobilize entire planets?" Mia interrupted, a slight smile playing at her lips. "You're right. No species had that capability, until now." 3 months earlier, Leo Martinez had been just another engineer working in the asteroid belt mining operations. He remembered the day Director Walsh had pulled him aside, her eyes gleaming with something between madness and genius. "Leo, what if I told you we weren't mining asteroids?" she had asked. "What if I told you we were building something the galaxy has never seen?" He had laughed at first. Then she showed him the blueprints. The project was called Operation Genesis, and it had been running for 70 years beneath the galaxy's collective nose. While humanity played the role of eager newcomers to the galactic community, smiling and nodding at the condescending wisdom of elder species, they had been hollowing out 12 planetary bodies across 3 star systems. Leo's team had worked on what they called the Fortress, a Jupiter-sized gas giant that had been transformed into a warship of unimaginable scale. Its atmosphere concealed thousands of weapon platforms, each capable of annihilating fleets. Its core housed a gravitational manipulation engine that could tear apart stars themselves. The engineering challenges were extraordinary, Leo had explained to Mia during one of their late-night shifts. They stood on an observation deck, watching construction drones weave quantum steel frameworks across the planet's upper atmosphere. "We had to invent new physics just to make the structural integrity work." Mia had nodded, her reflection ghostly in the viewport. "And the other species never suspected?" "Why would they?" Leo had replied. "We were the naive humans, barely capable of FTL travel. They saw what they wanted to see. The Galactic Council had been preparing for war with the Krithian horde for a decade. The Krithians were a plague, a species that consumed everything in their path, leaving dead worlds in their wake. They had destroyed 17 civilizations and were now approaching Council space with a fleet that numbered in the millions. The Council's military strategists gave them a 15% chance of survival. That's when humanity made its offer. "We can stop them," Mia had told the Council 3 months ago. "But you won't like how we do it." The alien delegates had scoffed. Humanity's contribution to the defense fleet consisted of 300 ships. Impressive for such a young species, but laughably inadequate against the Krithian armada. Then the Krithians arrived. They emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Valorian system, their bioships pulsing with malevolent energy. Sensors across the sector screamed warnings. The Krithian horde had brought everything: planet crackers, reality benders, weapons that defied conventional physics. The Council fleet engaged them at maximum range, their coordinated volleys barely scratching the horde's shields. Within hours, they were in full retreat. That's when Leo activated the Genesis protocol. 12 planetary bodies, scattered across what the Krithians thought was empty space, suddenly came alive. Their camouflage fields dropped, revealing continents of gun emplacements, ocean-sized shield generators, and atmospheric processors that could weaponize storms. The Fortress, Leo's masterpiece, moved first. A gas giant doesn't maneuver like a ship. It moves like a force of nature. The Fortress's gravitational engines created ripples in space-time itself, dragging Krithian vessels toward its surface where they were crushed by pressures that could compress diamonds into singularities. "Target their command cluster," Mia ordered from the bridge of the Fortress's core station. Around her, holographic displays showed the battle unfolding across 3 dimensions. "Leo, status on the planetary ring cannons?" "Charging," Leo responded from the weapons control center. His fingers danced across haptic interfaces, coordinating firepower that could scorch solar systems. 30 seconds to full capacitance. The other 11 planetary warships had formed a sphere around the Krithian fleet, cutting off any escape routes. What the Horde thought would be an easy conquest had become a cage. When the ring cannons fired, space itself seemed to scream. Beams of concentrated stellar matter, harvested from the cores of dying stars, lanced through the Krithian formations. Each shot carried the energy output of a supernova, precisely focused through quantum lensing arrays. The Krithian bioships tried to adapt, as they always did. Their organic hulls began evolving resistances, growing new armor plates, shifting their molecular structure. It didn't matter. Humanity hadn't built weapons to fight ships. They had built weapons to fight planets. The battle lasted 6 hours. When it ended, the Crithian horde, the terror that had plagued the galaxy for 3 centuries, was reduced to debris and radiation. Now in the council chamber, Mia let the silence stretch. The holographic display showed all 12 planetary warships in formation, each one a monument to human ingenuity and determination. "You hid this from us," the Vraxian ambassador finally said, his voice trembling. "You built an arsenal that could conquer the entire galaxy and you never told us. Would you have let us?" Mia asked softly. "Would you have allowed the primitive humans to build such power? Or would you have shut us down, regulated us, controlled us until we were toothless?" The council members exchanged uncomfortable glances. "We did what we had to do to survive in a galaxy that sees us as children," Mia continued. "We learned from you. We learned that power is the only language the universe understands. And we learned that sometimes the best way to keep the peace is to be so terrifyingly capable of war that no one dares start one." Leo joined her at the podium, his engineer's uniform contrasting with her military dress. Together they represented humanity's dual nature, the builders and the warriors. "So what now?" asked the Delphinian observer, her melodic voice careful. "You have weapons that make our entire military obsolete. What do you want?" Mia smiled, and this time it reached her eyes. "The same thing we've always wanted. To be left alone to explore, to build, to dream. But now you know the cost of threatening that dream." She gestured to the display, where the 12 planetary warships were already beginning their journeys back to their designated systems, slipping back into camouflage, becoming ordinary celestial bodies once more. "We are humanity," Leo said quietly. "We build wonders that touch the stars, but threaten what we love, and we'll show you why Earth's first lesson to her children was that monsters can be made, not just born." The council chamber remained silent as the 2 humans departed, leaving behind a galaxy that had just learned a terrifying truth. Humanity had been underestimated, and they would never let that happen again. In the depths of space, the fortress settled back into its orbit, just another gas giant in an unremarkable system. But now every species in the galaxy knew humanity's strength wasn't in their ships or their soldiers. It was in their ability to turn entire worlds into weapons, and their willingness to do whatever it took to protect their own. The galaxy had caught off guard completely, and it would never make that mistake again.